Welcome to this video where I will talk about the two ways to build an AI agent, and I will also go over pros, cons, and limitations of each way. The first way to build an AI agent, this is an AI agent. So first, let's define what is an AI agent. An AI agent is a brain that understands your requests and do actions. What these actions can include, for example, send a message to a person instead of you, or instead of doing it manually. So in another way to understand AI agent, let's compare them to LLMs like ChatGPT. ChatGPT can give you answers, but they can perform actions like add a row inside a Google Sheet, for example, send a message automatically for you, or for example, retrieve data from a database or update uh, data on a database, all of those. So this is an AI agent, or another way, or why AI agents are advanced than ChatGPT, for example. Because if you see here, this is an AI agent. The trigger or the requests are received using chat. For example, in this example, when the chat is received, or instead, let's give it an example. What, or for example, my name is Ben. As you see, or let's zoom out a little bit. I want you to put attention here. You will see that data will start or will jump from the chat to the AI agent to the Gemini or to the brain. In this case, I am using Google Gemini. For example, what is the main city in Paris, for example? As you see here, the AI agent used Google Gemini in order to understand my question. If I go, or if I give the same answer to ChatGPT, what is the main city in Paris? In Paris, my bad. I should say in France. In France, the main city is Paris. Same thing here on ChatGPT. What is the main city in Paris? I'm not sure. In France, I should say. What is the main city in France? It is Paris. Here now they are the LLM and the AI agent is at this level. They are the same thing, but if I add this info to my Google Sheet, this time the AI agent can perform this action, or let's, instead of adding a row, send this info to my friend's email. Now, because I connected Google Gmail to AI agent, this action can be performed. On the other hand, ChatGPT or LLMs can't send an email for you. Now that you understand what is an AI agent, let's see how you can build them. There are only two ways, don't worry. The first one is the no-code way, or the no-code AI agent run inside automation workflow builders like NHN. This is NHN. Let's close this. You can start it with a trigger. You can connect a chat model like a Google Gemini, or chat model is the brain of the AI agent used to understand your request, and the tools are the hands that do the actions for you. Since this is NHN, there are multiple alternatives to NHNs like Zapier, Make, etc. You connect different blocks. How do the no-code AI agent works? You connect different blocks like triggers, actions, LLM nodes, databases, APIs. So this is how you first, or let's start from scratch. Delete this. Let me show you how to build a no-code AI agent. First, let's add a first step. Always the first step is the trigger. You can, for example, select a trigger manually, for example, execute workflow. Then you can connect an AI agent. So this AI agent, let's delete this first step. This AI agent, you can give it a chat, Google Gemini. Of course, those connections requires credentials that are easy to set, and then you can. This is how building a no-code AI agent. It's almost like it's They are similar to building a flow chart. Let me show you what is a flow chart. This is a flow chart. A if this do this, and similar to this concept. Now let's see why a no code is good. I prefer no coding AI agent or no code AI agent because simply they do not require coding from me, which I don't know right now. They are all, which also at the same time makes it easy for beginners, and it also all it use is or not all it use it's visual drag and drop like the example we've just saw, and they are also fast to build and edit. Examples of a no-code AI agent include, for example, you create a research agent, for example, a no-code AI agent that perform Google search or Google searches for you and then summarize the results. You can also create an email support agent that receives emails and draft you responses. So this is examples of a no-code AI agent that you can build. And now let's discuss the limitations of a no-code AI agent. The first limitation is you have less freedom and customization simply because you use NHN as the workflow builder, and NHN have limited triggers, limited block, or in general limited blocks or limited types of Legos that you can build, that you can use to build. And the second limitation is that it is harder to build very advanced multi-step reasoning. But this is not a real limitation, and I'm not seeing right now. But with time, I think AI agent or no-code AI agent builders like NHN will be advanced in order to make it easy to build very advanced multi-step reasoning. The third limitation to no-code AI is that the workflows can get complex visually. For example, let me or advanced or complex NHN workflow. This is an example. So this is an example of an AI automation using or a workflow using NHN. As you see, it is almost hard to understand. This is another workflow. Now let's return to the major limitation that I see to a no-code AI agent like built-in inside NHN is that it is not ideal for enterprise or highly sensitive data. For example, banks can't use NHN to automate their work. Same thing for the medical data or also legal services. Now, one question before moving to the next step. Do no-code AI agents lack security? They are not automatically insecure, but they can become insecure if you don't configure them correctly. Their security level depends on the platform you are using, for example, NHN, the API keys you are using, and also how you store your data. So this is no-code AI builders can lack security. So if you make sure to store your data securely, use third-party services that you are sure of, this lack of security becomes less and less. Now let's jump to the second way to build an AI agent, which is code. So this is why they are called code-based AI agents. These agents are built using code and specialized frameworks like LangChain, custom Python scripts using tools and APIs. Now let's jump why a code-based AI agent is powerful. It gives you full control. You can build advanced multi-agent systems. You can also use custom reasoning, planning, and memory. They give better performance and easier to scale and deploy. Now let's see examples of code-based AI agent. The first thing that you can create is a custom assistant that uses lots of tools. You can also create multi-agent teams solving a task. AI agent embedded inside a SaaS or apps. A SaaS means a service as a I forgot software as a service, my bad. You can also create agents with long-term memory or databases. So this is the difference between code-based AI agents and a no-code one. The limitations of a code-based AI agent is that it requires coding knowledge like Python, etc. It needs a longer learning curve. Even a no-code AI agent requires a learning curve. But the code-based AI agent is a longer learning curve. The last limitation is that more setup required, like APIs, environment, hosting. And I think on the APIs, they are the same thing. Both use APIs. So this is the difference, or yes, this is the two ways to build the AI agent with their pros, cons, and limitations. I hope that video was clear for you. If you still have a question, leave it in the comments below, and don't forget to give this video a like. Thank you.